Hi everyone, I'm Kanupriya Agarwal. Welcome to PWN Talks. Our session today is called Beyond the Limelight, Finding Purpose and Happiness. And our guest for this session is the amazing Ruby Bhatia. I'm sure naam to suna hoga. Widely recognized as India's first VJ, the dazzling Ruby has left an indelible mark on television with shows like Planet Ruby, Good Morning India, etc. She's also appeared in Bollywood blockbusters such as Main Prem Ki Diwani Hu and Chori Chori Chupke Chupke. Not only that, Ruby has also been the face of leading brands like Colgate, Taj Tea, and many more. An inward calling eventually led Ruby to explore a higher purpose. Today, she continues to shine as she anchors live events, lends her voice to various projects, and conducts personality development seminars and happiness life coaching sessions. Welcome, Ruby, to PWN Talks. So glad to have you here with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's great to be here. I believe I'm reaching out to many, many women in Powai. Powai is one of my favorite places in the whole world. It's like being in a foreign country, and yet you have your Indian desi
Yeah.
tadka, and everything is like, it's perfect. I think it's an ideal place to live. And also to those of us who are joining us from anywhere else, a warm welcome to all of you.
Thank you so much. So, we'll start with the questions. Can you take us back to the beginning of your career? What was the starting point, and how easy or difficult was it to move to Mumbai back then?
Yes. So let me tell you a little bit about my journey. I was 18 when I took my first sannyas. I grew up in Canada. And at 18, I said, God, I want only you. This life belongs only to you. So I had renounced everything and started studying philosophy at the University of Toronto, which I actually completed at the University of Mumbai at the age of 28. But when I was 18, there was a little girly thing happening, the Miss India Canada pageant. And so I joined it, and it was a small thing in those days. And I won, and I said, my gosh, what am I going to do with this? I want a ticket to India also. And my spiritual uncle said, you become something you can help people. I said, okay, as a philosophy student, as somebody who wants to contribute to humanity. So I won a ticket to India, came to India, and almost overnight, Channel V happened, right time, right place. They were looking for somebody. I was looking for something. And boom, it all just exploded, as we remember, in about April 1994. And there was only one youth channel at the time. Okay, MTV joined in about a year later. And I was the only face of the channel for about 3, 4 months. And it was a lot of work, a lot of getting sick, a lot of eating the wrong thing, a lot of 24 hours on the job. But it was exciting, it was crazy, it was challenging, it was beautiful for somebody who's just 20. I love Bombay, I love the weather here, I love the people, I love the food, I love the culture. And above all, I love the fact that God is in India.
Nice.
And I'm somebody who was looking for God. And so to me, it was very, very important that I come somewhat closer. I wanted to go to the Himalayas. Anyway, I never needed to do that. So a little bit more about what happened after that was that I actually found my guru, Shishi Paramahansa Yogananda, author of Autobiography of a Yogi and the YSS SRF lessons. And as a philosophy student, that gave me the truth I was seeking. And today, by God's grace, I think a little bit of everything is there in my life. But at heart, it's always only about God because He's the master, He's the boss, and He's the one we're doing it all for.
Nice. Thanks for sharing your journey. So, can you tell me, like, what were the most fulfilling moments from that phase of your life?
Well, I think the love that I get from our entire generation, I mean, even now, these kids, because, those days we had only one channel. And now everybody has their own channel, so you had no choice. You had to watch me, like it or not. So
Yeah.
this is like entire generation of people, like when I was 20. So everyone who was like from 5 to 25, so now it would be I'm 51. So let's say 50. So anybody now who's like 35 to 55, 60 would have grown up watching me. And even
Yeah.
now I get it from people, when people just walk up to me and say, oh my gosh, you're just the person, you were the one person I had in my life when I was growing up and I used to look up to you or whatever. So now I want to use it to help everyone because there's no point in just having it for me. It has
Yeah.
to be beyond just entertainment. It has to help you in your journey. So that's what I'm doing now. But some of the
Yeah.
fulfilling moments, well, interviewing Amitabh Bachchan ji was obviously the greatest thrill because he was my idol growing up. Rekha ji ko jab main mili, तो मैं तो बिल्कुल ही पानी पानी हो गई कि लाइक, बिकॉज मैंने तो अपने बाल लंबे किए थे रेखा जी के लिए व्हेन आई वाज 10, कि जैसे वो है बस मुझे वैसे ही बनना है. एंड जितेंद्र जी, वंस आई मेट हिम, ही सेड आई एम योर फैन. अब ये मैं जानती हूँ कि उनका बड़प्पन है, लेकिन फिर भी एक लेजेंडरी एक्टर ने इतना बोला भी, तो फॉर 22-year-old इट वाज क्रेजी फॉर मी. So those are the kinds of moments that I can't even still believe that I
Yeah.
was honored to receive, and I'm very thankful for that.
Nice. So I want to know from you that how important is it for women to look or dress in a certain way in their day-to-day life? By women, I don't mean celebrities, but regular women.
Well, I think it's always important to be the best you can be for your own satisfaction, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So there's three aspects of us. There's so many aspects, but body and soul primarily, then the mind, mental peace. And I'm not a big believer in sort of decking up too much, but I feel
Mm.
you should be the best you can be. So I would concentrate more on health rather than beauty, okay? Because health later translates into beauty, the inner glow, the peace, the joy, right? And of course, we must make the most of the body by keeping it fit, right? And then I keep short hair because it's easy. I cannot spend 2 hours getting ready. I get ready in 10 minutes flat. 5 minutes makeup, baal thoda aisa se kar diya, and I have my dresses ready. Like, just I don't wear too much of jewelry, nothing, because I want to be free to express myself. When I'm dancing, if I go to a party, I want to dance. So I don't want my clothes to bog me down. So
Correct.
I just wear
Yeah.
like a short dress and some flip-flops or something. And I want to be free, light, and happy like I was when I was a teenager. So I do teach grooming and etiquette, but in that I make sure that we keep it clean, we keep it simple, and concentrate on maximizing your mental and physical health, because that's what's going to show when
Yeah.
it comes to beauty.
That's amazing. Yeah. So can you tell me, like, when you stepped out of, the glam world, so did
Yeah.
you regret that decision at any point? Did you miss being in the public eye?
One second. Maybe I should concentrate on my physical health. I'm fine otherwise. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's a bit dry. Okay. All right. Moving on. Yeah, no, I want to continue about my journey. When I was 25, I actually joined the Hare Krishna movement. So between 25 and 30, I was a full-time devotee of ISKCON. And I love Gaudiya Vaishnav Sampradaya, Srila Prabhupada, and Sola Mala Char Niyam, Ekadashi, Tilak, Sadi, Kanthi, everything. Full on from 25 to 30. While I was hosting shows like Good Morning India, Main Prem Ki Diwani Hu, the movie I acted in, Kasauti Zindagi Ki, Ye Haraz, everything was happening simultaneously with ISKCON, because I would go to work and then I'd get exhausted and I'd go back to ISKCON, recharge myself. And that's actually the energy and positivity and joy that I gave on screen. It all came from God, and it has always been about God. But at 28, I think my family was concerned that, I'm getting too much into this. So they asked me to balance it out. And so I left it, and then I couldn't get my energy from anywhere. At 30, I left everything. I said, look, I've come to India. I told myself, I've come to India to find God. And I better get on with it, because I really don't know how much time I have on earth. We don't know कि बुढ़ापा हमें मिलेगा कि नहीं. एक
Mhm.
second का नहीं पता है, तो it's better to do it now. So then I went all over India with a show called Body and Soul. And I met the Dalai Lama, Shishi Ravi Shankar, Sadhguru, Chinmayananji I had already met. I also got my hug from Mata Amrita Nandamai. I can never forget that. I remember when she was hugging me, Mera bacha, Mera bacha, Mera bacha, so sweet. And then, because I was looking for the highest teachings available to mankind today, this was my quest. And then I came to my Guru, Shishi Paramahansa Yogananda. फिर 2 साल मैंने मौन रखा घर पे. आई वाज इन साइलेंस. आई थॉट भगवान को पाने में 10-15 जन्म लग जाएंगे. बट 2 साल में ही हो गया with the Kriya Yoga technique, and I was completely drunk with bliss, that samadhi consciousness. And then I met my husband. He's a fellow disciple, and I always joke that when you marry a monk, you get monkeys. बस उसके बाद तो पूछो मत. I had Krishna. Krishna is now 13. Then I had Vishnu. Vishnu is now 9. And I went totally bonkers. And I think कभी मुझे अगर लगा होगा, तो जब वो बच्चों का डायपर चेंज करते हैं ना, and all that potty comes all over you sometimes, often.
Yeah.
तो इसलिए यार मैं कभी तो सेलिब्रिटी थी ना. मैं याद करने की कोशिश कर. कभी तो लोग मेरा कफ करते थे और मुझे मैडम मैडम बुलाते थे. और यहाँ तो मॉम मॉम, and my husband like, Shona, I have to go, where's my tiffin? And I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is the time I think I said, कि oh my gosh, but actually Kanu, because मुझे ना शांति बहुत अच्छी लगती है. अभी भी मैं garden में बैठी हूँ, मस्त में. It's so peaceful. I love peace. And finally, I grew up in Canada and I grew up like on a farm in the countryside. So मुझे शांति बहुत अच्छी लगती है. So I don't miss the limelight in that sense, but I do take it as a responsibility to help people because that is what I was told. You become something you can help people, and that's what I'm doing now with my life coaching.
Yeah. Okay, so can you tell like what all services that you are providing right now and how can people reach you for them?
Okay, so see what happened is there's something called life is never a straight line. Okay, everybody, and I don't have the answers. Nobody has the answers. Okay, if we thought we have the answers, the pandemic taught us that nobody knows anything. हमें तो हाथ धोना ही नहीं आता है.
Yeah.
तो ये है कि रियल लाइफ क्या है? रियल लाइफ. तो रियल लाइफ जर्नी किसकी कैसे होती है? सबकी एक जैसी नहीं होती है.
Mm-hmm.
सबका एक तो कॉन्शियसनेस अलग होता है. सबका जर्नी, सबका पैराडाइम अलग है. Paradigm means your world view, your world. Though everyone's living in a different world. You can be sitting next to somebody and be living in a different world completely,
Yeah.
depending on your perceptions, your experience, and how you look at things. So, what happened with me was that after the pandemic, I found that I got COVID. It was mild, but I felt that I'm not that well anymore. मतलब वो एक अंदर से जो एक power होती थी वो चली गई COVID में. It's called long COVID. And I said I need to clean up the house. The house was like there was too much woodwork and just too much to do in the house. And I said I want a simple house. तो अब मैंने शुरू कर दिया जिसको बोलते हैं रेनोवेशन. एक्चुअली वो रेनोवेशन नहीं था, वो रिपेयर था. बिकॉज बहुत पुराना घर था तो सब टर्माइट ये वो. अब उस चक्कर में जिसने रेनोवेशन किया है उसको पता है व्हाट अ नाइटमेयर इट इज. दिन का 10,000 15,000 लाखों 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 खर्च हो गए इन दैट प्रोसेस. God's grace, I got the house to where I want it to be, where I can manage it. But the thing is that it's very simple, it's very basic. There's nothing there. I just have nothing so that I don't have to do anything. So I'm a minimalist, a total minimalist. But वो बना हुआ घर को सिंपल करने के चक्कर में काफी खर्च हो गए. So in April last year, sorry about that. In April last year, I sat down and said, now I need to restart my work. I need to start earning money, to build up on the savings again. I said, what should I do? Should I go back to shooting? I said, no, shooting doesn't have any purpose for me now. Let me do what I've been doing for 25 years without charging. That is life coaching. Okay. Especially for women. That's
Yeah.
actually very close to my heart. It comes from my soul. I mean, Adi Raat ko bhi, if a woman I've seen it so many times, middle of the night, I'll run into somebody and she'll say, I'm depressed, and I'll spend the rest of the night, coaching her, counseling her, motivating her. तो ये मेरे दिल से आता है, ये मेरा स्वधर्मा है. It comes from my soul. So I started and I said, this time I'll charge something for it. So I can make a little money. And I tell you, it's so beautiful, Kanu. जो इतने प्यारे प्यारे लोग मुझे मिले हैं from around the world. I just charge 1,000, okay? And I
Yeah.
have 7-8 programs. One is direct life coaching. So I just take 1,000 and I talk to you for about an hour and I send you the material. The material that I have made based on my own experience, my own recording, so that you have it with you lifelong. And I cover topics like happiness, because happiness is something I love. I believe in it. Whether you get happiness or you don't, at least you should try to be happy. That's what
Yeah.
I feel. So happiness, personality development, communication skills, meditation, mental, physical, and spiritual optimization. In other words, body, mind, and soul. This comes under life coaching proper, and I just charge 1,000. Okay.
Okay.
And then lifelong, I'm there for you. Anytime you need me, you can always talk to me. I'm always there for you. If somebody needs a lot of talk time, I can work out some charges with them that we can work out. No issue. But yeah, 1,000 and I do the full program. Second thing I'm doing is weight loss. Now, weight loss, I'm very particular about because I was 100 kilos, came back to 57, went to 86 kilos, came back to 57. So we do 1 kilo in one day. Okay. 24 घंटे में 1 kilo छुट्टी खत्म.
Okay.
You don't go hungry. You don't go hungry, but you fast or you detox. And I'll tell you everything to have on that day and everything to do on that one day. And then the next day you lose a kilo, you feel so happy. क्योंकि आपको सालों साल से आप सोच रहे हो कि मैं वेट लॉस कैसे करूं, हवा में ही हो रहा है, हो ही नहीं रहा है. और जब आप मेरे से बात करोगे, पेमेंट करोगे, and on the spot 24 hours में you've lost a kilo, it's like, wow, I never thought this is possible. And totally healthy. I've cross-checked everything with my doctor. Everything is totally healthy.
Okay.
So that's a beautiful, very successful program. And but we only do 1 or 2 kilos in a week. It's not every day unless you want to. That's up to you. But Mondays and Thursdays, we do a detox day. So that's done. And then I have counseling, but I'm not allowed to say counseling because I'm not a certified counselor. But consultation and support where we talk about, Kanu, people need someone to talk to, especially
Yeah.
women. You can't talk to your in-laws, you can't talk to your own family. You have to keep everything quiet, मुट्ठी बंद रहनी चाहिए and all.
Yeah.
तो कोई होना चाहिए जिससे आप बात कर सकते हो। और इंडिया में ये बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है कि आप साइकोलॉजिस्ट या साइकाइट्रिस्ट के पास नहीं जा सकते हो because it is stigmatic still.
Yeah.
So if you're talking to your life coach and your life coach happens to be somebody like me who's an actor model, then it becomes kind of cool and accessible for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just talking to my life coach, that's fine,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
अंदर से भी कोई inhibitions नहीं होते हैं. And because I have been somebody who's seen a lot in life, I've been, what you call it, celebrity or whatever. I don't like to use that word, but chalo, celebrity sannyasini, because I've taken sannyas. This is my third sannyas now. Celebrity sannyasini, wife and mother of two. तो गृहस्थ आश्रम भी देखा, ब्रह्मचर्य भी देखा, वानप्रस्थ भी शुरू हो गया. तो लाइफ के सारी चीजें देखी हैं मैंने. वो इम्पॉसिबल डेज देखे हैं जब बच्चे अंडर 5 थे and life was only about survival. So
Yeah.
also I want to mention I'm a homeschooler. I don't school my kids. I'm an unschooler actually.
Okay.
So no schooling, just to make life peaceful, doable,
What
livable,
do they
and
do, the kids?
try. Sorry.
What do the kids do?
So the kids do what needs to be done on that day because what happens is we are living a life of attunement to God, loving God and serving Him. ठीक है? तो
Okay.
जो जरूरी काम है हम उस दिन करते हैं. ज्यादातर हमारा रूटीन यही है कि let them be, they're small, let them be. But
Yeah.
real life में whatever they need to learn, I share with them. ठीक है?
Mm-hmm.
And वो सब हम use करते भी नहीं है. A2, B2, C2, we never use it. We use a calculator. So in real life, we try to have peace and whatever makes them happy, whatever makes them happy. So they
Yeah.
like to play a little Fortnite, so they play Fortnite, and then they're big time into football, so they practice their football and they go for their tournaments, and that's all they do right now. And that's it. They help out a bit with the house also.
Yeah.
विष्णु छोटा है तो वो पानी भर देता है bottles में. कृष्णा थोड़ा बड़ा है तो I set the washing machine and he transfers into the drying machine. तो ऐसे हम थोड़े से काम बांट लेते हैं. And then we see if God wants a pandemic, we do a pandemic. We look at real life exams and we
Yeah.
look at trying to be the best people we can be as people, trying to be a good human being, very difficult because life is very,
Yeah.
situations are very challenging, so trying to be a better person and serve others and try to find some happiness for yourself. Baki 10th to henna, that we'll do privately. IGCSE, NIOS, SSC. These 3 boards are available. Directly you write the 10th. You don't need grade 1, 2, 3, 4. You just
Correct.
go for 10th directly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a natural life for the children and they get to have a childhood, I feel.
Correct. So you talked about challenges. So my next question was actually that only, that what are your biggest challenges today?
I think the juggle and struggle,
Mm-hmm.
because I think all of us who are married with kids, we have to juggle and struggle a lot of things. Like, काम भी करना है. आज आपसे बात करनी थी तो डॉक्टर का कॉल आ गया because I'm having a little bit of hair fall, so I wanted to talk to her about that. तो मतलब डॉक्टर का कॉल बीच में आ गया, उधर से एक किसी को ट्रांसफर करने थे, पैसे मैंने किए नहीं थे, उसका आ गया, and then लंच का टाइम आ गया, have to organize. तो मतलब
Yeah.
वो जगल, अपनी एक्सरसाइज भी करनी है,
Correct.
तो ये तो अपना रूटीन में ही जगल स्ट्रगल चलता रहता है.
Yeah.
पर उसके अलावा भी challenges आते हैं. Like my mom is not that well now, she's in Canada. So अच्छा नहीं लगता है. I want to visit, but I'm not able to visit. So these things emotionally also bother me. We had somebody had passed away in our family a few weeks ago. ये भी setbacks होते हैं. हफ्ता 10 दिन आप down ही हो जाते हो बिल्कुल, You don't feel like doing anything, So real life, I think, is the biggest challenge that we all have to face.
How do you manage it, in the sense like how do you take care of your own emotional and mental well-being?
Well, I think first of all, nature. I love to sit quietly like I'm sitting right now
Yeah.
and allow the healing to happen by itself. Nature takes our negativity and replaces it with positivity. Basically, it takes our carbon dioxide and gives us oxygen instead. So that's one way. Quiet time, processing, talking to God, sorting everything out with Him, crying
Yeah.
with Him, laughing with Him, reporting to Him. He's the greatest invisible friend
Yeah.
and boss. He's the boss. So if God says no, God says no. I mean, this person in our family who passed away was very unwell for about a year. And when he passed away, we had tried everything, but when he passed away, it was like God said no. And sometimes God says no. And then you just have to practice obedience to the Lord every moment. So all these
Yeah.
things help us to practice our kya bolenge, discipleship or our servantship, assistantship to God. Okay, finally we are his assistant and he's the producer, director, creator of this show, and we have to play our part. That's it. We didn't create ourselves. So we just have to play our part for him. Also,
Yeah.
I think it's important to have a team of people who are with you. Like
Yeah.
my son is my both my sons are my life coaches, Krishna and Vishnu. Whenever I'm down, I talk to them, and they have one magic word which I think every woman can relate to, and that is understand.
Oh,
Understand. I understand.
yeah.
So, that helps so much that somebody understands. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'm so upset. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand. And Krishna says, but I understand. So having those people, I mean, you need a team of 10
Yeah.
people to help you live your life, to be very frank. Whether
Yeah.
it's a professional, whether it's me, whether it's your family, whether it's a friend, whether it's your mom, these are the people who help us to get through, and we all need each other. That's what I feel. Also, I do have a fixed sadhana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for those of us who are initiated disciples, we have a fixed sadhana given by our guru. So my sadhana, I do it a shortcut. I do 5 minutes of exercise, just jogging on the spot. 5 minutes of my kriya, 5 minutes I take a shower, 5 minutes makeup, and I'm ready to go. This is my daily kriya miracle. In 20 minutes, I'm a different person. तो जो भी आपकी साधना है, वो करने से आपका mind fresh रहता है, आप ठीक रहते हो. And I really feel being at your target weight is very important because
Yeah.
every kilo is baggage. Every kilo is difficult. I'm not saying for those who are not well, if you have a medical problem, but still, if you
Yeah.
can get medical help, and if you can bring your weight down to about 60 for women, maybe 70 for men, I guess. So that really helps. It really helps. You feel light, you feel free, and it's easier to fight the battle of life. So one more thing I want to share: body and soul. One
Yeah.
hour in the gym every day for the body, and 1 hour in any public place of worship, like temple, mosque, gurdwara, church. 1 hour in a public place of worship for group prayer. These two things, if we do, gym and public group prayer, group worship, these two things can help us to fight the other 22 hours of life, if we can. If not, we do it in our own way, but we need to feed the body and soul. And mind is kind of sandwiched in between. The body and soul का ध्यान रखेंगे तो mind अपने आप ठीक रहता है. That's what I feel.
Yeah. Nice. And last question for today is, what advice would you give to people who want to start something new or who want to reinvent themselves?
Yeah, well, I'm an entrepreneur myself. I mean, I started my business, life coaching business online 7, 8 months ago, and it's been very difficult. I mean, initially, figuring out social media, figuring it, the challenges. I was on the
Yeah.
cell 24 hours a day for about a month, figuring it all out. And then the calls started to come. Then I was on call 24 hours a day. There was a week or two went by like that. So yes, there are challenges. People will criticize, people will discourage. Why are you doing this? You should do this, or you should do whatever they think you should do. But you have to listen to your heart and soul and work at it. Life is a battle. We have to fight the battle. That's where
Yeah.
I come in, where I encourage you to fight the battle and conquer and achieve. चलो 100% नहीं होगा तो 80%, 50%, चलो 5 या 10% discount मिलेगा on your problems. कुछ तो हम कर सकते हैं to motivate each other, to help each other, to inspire each other. And if not, at least we can be there for each other to support. When you
Yeah.
have support, and that's what I provide is support, that I'm there for you. I mean, I've had cases, Kanu, where nothing can be said and nothing can be done. It's just impossible. So
Yeah.
all I said at the end of it, you know what? I just want you to know that you're not alone. I'm with you.
Yeah.
And we end up crying, like we just end up in tears that and the client has said that, that's all I needed. Just somebody to say I'm not alone. So it's very touching, this human journey. But continue to fight your battles. Jab tak hai jaan. Believe in happiness, believe in fitness, believe in God, believe in meditation, believe in the spiritual khazana that is available to us in India and
Yeah.
the bliss that can just wash over your soul, and go for it and work for it and do it. Why
Yeah.
shouldn't you? And then help others to do it. So another thing I'm also doing, I want to mention, is that I'm helping small businesses by promoting on my channel. I just again charge 1,000 for a 1 minute video, and you just have to send me the script, do teen paragraph ya jo bhi hai,
Yeah.
and I run it on my channel. So I'm doing the 1 minute video as a social media influencer. I'm also in collab with the client, and also I'm doing voiceovers. I've always been doing voiceovers in Canadian and American accent. And also, I do appearances now. So if there's a birthday party, anniversary, or an event, ribbon cutting, a store opening. So 5,000, 10,000, I'm okay.
Yeah.
People say, no, don't say that you charge so less. But I'm okay. I'm happy. मुझे
Yeah.
अच्छा
Yeah.
लगता है. Why can't I make myself accessible to people? I mean,
Yeah.
those people who grew up watching me, they know that I was never affected. Like I have to, affected hota hai when my false eyelashes and my false nails. No, I was always just wearing shorts and in the colleges with the people, right?
Yeah.
So those people who feel connected with me from that time, please reach out to me. I have started this phone number for this purpose, 989-231-2531. Okay, 989-231-2531. This is my personal WhatsApp business number, and you will speak to me directly. Okay, so that I can
Yeah.
reach out to the people, who felt inspired at that time. And, I could make them happy at 20. How can I make them happy at 50? That's my
Yeah.
quest. How can I make you happy at 50? And it's not just entertainment. It goes much deeper at 50.
Yeah.
So you can also find me on Insta at Ruby Bhatia, at the rate Ruby Bhatia 123, and connect with me. I need to make some money. I can help you in your journey. You might benefit from, at least you will feel better at least if you speak to me. That I
Yeah.
can guarantee. आपको अच्छा तो जरूर लगेगा क्योंकि मुझे अच्छा लगता है लोगों को खुशी देने में. मुझे अच्छा लगता है जब कोई हंसता है. तो मुझे अच्छा लगता है जब कोई बोलता है कि आपसे बात करके अच्छा लगा. God has given this gift to share with people. So I'm always there, especially for women, but even genuine gentlemen and even children, seniors, I'm always there. Whatever I can do to help people and make a little money for myself. Aur kya? That's all.
Yeah. That sounds great. And I'm sure the people listening to us will definitely reach out to you for, their business promotions or their personal life challenges. And you have
Yes.
obviously been very inspiring. And the best thing is so accessible to everyone. So people will
Yes.
definitely benefit from this interview. So thank you so
Mhm.
much.
And also,
Okay.
I'm doing online work as well. If there's an online event and you want me to be part of the jury or guest speaker, all of that, I'm happy to. Online is easier for me.
Yeah.
And I'm always, and anything else people have in mind, please do let me know. Just contact me.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it and see how it can be a win-win-win situation for you, for me, and for your customers, how we can make it a win-win-win situation for everyone.
Yeah. I'm sure people will reach out to you. And thank you so much for doing this. And we should stay
Thank you.
connected.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Kanu. Wish you all the best. You're doing a great job. And to all the women that are connected with you, God bless you. Every woman, every man, every child, every human being is doing the best they can. So just be proud of yourself and do the best you can. That's all we can do. But do the best you can and offer it to God. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, all the best. Bye.
Bye.